Hello folks, and welcome back to another episode of SnowRunner, my own self-imposed hardcore mode. And we are getting ready to move out here. We have some missions to do today. We are going to do the super order. We're going to do the super order for the port, which we have half the cargo here and half the cargo on another truck. And then we're also going to do the cement deliveries and finish that out for Drummond Island and for the Smithville Dam. Once we get that complete, I'm going to attempt to go over and get containers from Drummond Island and bring them back. We're going to use this vehicle here for that because it's the only vehicle I have right now that can hold 4 cargoes. And since I sold all of my trailers, before I left this map, I have no trailers to use. And part of my hardcore rules is that I cannot buy trailers. I can sell them, but I can't buy them. And I didn't know I'd be coming back over here. Which is no matter, as long as this truck can handle it, I will be fine. Now, if for some reason the truck can't hold the cargo, then I will have to break a rule and buy a trailer. But we're going to try it with this before we do that. So the other 3 trucks, or the 3 trucks in my convoy, between the last episode and this episode, I went ahead and took all of them up top and got them near Drummond Island, the gateway, because I didn't want y'all to have to sit through me driving 4 different trucks up here through the same route. And I figure since I have never driven this up here, that'd be a good opportunity to just show you this one. I did take a sneak peek at the trials because once we get finished with this, then we have to go to trials. And it looks pretty fun, but it also looks pretty short. The one does, the one where you get the Joker bobblehead. It's just 8 minutes long, if you can complete it in 8 minutes. And I probably figure it's going to take me several attempts to do that. But I did watch a little bit of somebody else's playthrough. And I think if I take what I learned from that with what I know about the game and about the vehicles, I think I'll be okay. We'll see. And as you know, time trials are not my favorite missions on the game. But we will give it a shot. This is a long one. You have to be careful driving this truck around some of these areas. But it's nice to be able to use it. at the bridge now. No problem. I'm going to need fuel, but I do have a vehicle sitting up here that has a maintenance add-on that has maintenance and fuel. So I knew I would need that, so I went ahead and brought it up. Because again, this is my hardcore mode, and I cannot buy gas from a gas station. If I do, it's going to cost me $3 a gallon. And so far in this entire playthrough, I have not bought gas at a gas station. I've used trailers and I've used add-ons for my fuel. And only trailers that belong to me. I have not used any mission trailers. I did take a sneak peek at the SnowRunner Canada. Watched somebody do about 10 minutes of playthrough through it. They were able to get it early release and test it out. So I like the way it looks. Still not sure how it's going to work out. I don't know how it's going to work out as far as vehicles and stuff like that. And what am I doing? I gotta go back here. I have a load to deliver. Try to get in here without too much damage. Really just worried about blowing a tire. So there's one of the vehicles I brought up. And I'm going to need a metal beam. So I actually need to get the cement order up here. Start tracking that. Oh, I hope I brought it to the right place. See, to the warehouse. Yes, I did. All right. There's my little diamond. I did not see it at first. Concrete blocks, I don't want that. Unloading cargo, cement for the region, that's 2. I'll go ahead and turn this thing around because I'm going to have to reload it with a steel. And we'll get it over here and get it set up. Because again, hardcore mode. So I have to load everything manually if it gives me that option. So stop engine. And back out of here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Change trucks and go to the step. So the step will lose 1. And hold on to the other one. But I will need the step to load the steel. A little bit better angle at this. Before I go in too far. Good. There we go. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Let's get that crane out of here. That way, when I deploy the crane, it doesn't accidentally turn anything over. That should be good enough. Activate our anchors. Good. Just enough room for that. And we'll go over here and we'll pick this up and put it... There it is. Now I might have to get this up higher. Come on, you get it higher than that. There we go. I keep shoving the boom out, and with the boom shoved out, it weighs the crane down. The crane won't pick it up high enough. Now, take the boom out and drop it down there. Restore our crane and change our truck. Alright, so now both trucks are ready to roll. So let's get you up, don't need any repairs, so get some fuel in you. And I believe, well, I don't know, I have to look at the map. Once I get over and see which load comes first, which is closer. And that's the one I'll deliver to. And refuel. I believe I've already refilled that one, but we're going to check to make sure. No, I did not. I brought it up here first before I brought the BM-17. And looks like I could use a little bit of repairs. 22 points. Oh wait, nope, wrong truck. Gotta change my truck back. Alright, so I'll take both of these over, and we'll come back and get the other truck. So I have this mission to do. Take the concrete, deliver it, and then the super supplies. Deliver those, get the 2 containers back over here. And then all I have left is to do the super load and the concrete for Black River. So let's get these trucks out of here. And should only be one other truck on this map. So that'll make it a little easier to find. And we'll go back to our map. And X for my global map. And find the step. Bring it over. And then I have everything to complete these 2 sections of the contract. And I apologize if I don't sound great. I don't feel great. A little under the weather this evening. No fever. Just a little rundown. As I said in the last episode, I've been in class all week. I've been a student instead of an instructor. And very technical class. A lot of memorization, a lot of late nights. Trying to memorize things in a certain order, exactly the way it appears in the guide. And guess I just haven't been getting enough sleep. So should sleep good tonight. This is Friday night. I am off tomorrow, but then I gotta work Sunday. So yay for me. I get 1 day off. But hey, I applied for the job. Refuel. That's what I tell people when they complain about their jobs. They don't like their jobs. They don't like having to do this, don't like having to do that. You applied for it. You applied for it or you wanted the promotion. I like my job. Don't get me wrong, I won the lottery and I would quit in a heartbeat. Start my own business. Start my own garage. I always wanted a garage. Like I saw in the military. Around military bases they have a... most military bases that I've ever been on, well, all of them that I've ever been on, you have not been allowed to work on a vehicle in parking lots. You had to take it to the auto care center where you go in. Okay, so the cement needs to come all the way over here. So since I have the Western Star in the front, let's go ahead and do that mission. Super order. Start tracking that, and I think this goes to the port. So metal beam, concrete slab to the port. To get to the port, I just follow the road. And I always... there's one area I always mess up. I think right in there. So I want to make sure I take the right road this time. I don't want any mess ups. Anyway, you would take your car if you needed to work on it. You take it to the car care center, where they had all of the tools you could possibly need to work on a car, and you rented the bay by the hour. So your car, your parts, you can either use your tools or use their tools, and you rent their bay. I always thought that was a great idea, and on a military post, those places were always packed. You actually had to set up an appointment sometimes. But I live in a rural area. I have a garage, but a lot of my neighbors don't. And a lot of people really can't afford to go to take their vehicle to a mechanic. So they do their own maintenance, their own work on their vehicles. And if it's raining out, you got to set up a tarp. And I have actually had to change a transmission in a 79 Camaro that I had, and actually had to dig the snow out from around it so I could crawl under it and put it up on jack stands to pull transmission out. And I would have easily paid somebody. I would have paid as much as $15 an hour to use somebody's garage. So I always thought that'd be a really good business to start. I was looking over at the chat. Let me turn this light off here so I can see a little bit better. If I ever started a business, I think that's what I would do. And also add a couple of slots in it, like little workshops, where if you had an engine you were rebuilding, you wouldn't have to rent a bay. You could rent a little work area with a workbench and stuff like that, so you could rebuild your engine indoors. And then have connected onto the place, a storage area for vehicles. So you could rent a spot by the month, and then if you're working on something, you could actually store it there. Just pay a monthly fee, and then when you actually need to put it into a bay or something, you just rent the bay, put the car in there, work on it, and put it back over in storage. Also store your boats and RVs for the winter. Because I know in my little town here, if you have a car on the side of the road, even if it's in front of your house, and you're working on it, and it doesn't have tags, say you just bought an old junker and you want to fix it up, if it doesn't have tags and inspection sticker, police will come by and put a tow it sticker on it. On some people's. I have seen some vehicles that have sat alongside the road for months or years and never see anything on them about towing. When I bought my S10, the guy I bought it off of, it was like probably an hour drive back to my house, and I asked him if he could hold on to the S10 for a couple of days, if I could leave it sitting there till I got insurance and tags and everything on it, and then I'd come and get it. He's like, "Oh, no need for that." He said, "You buy it." He said, "I've got that car trailer over there, I'll just tow it to your house the next day." And that's what he did. Brought it by the next day, dropped it off about 6 p.m. I had all the information I needed. I was going to stop after work and get my tags and get it legal and everything. So I did that, and when I got home there was a tow it sticker on the car. Less than 24 hours. But my neighbor 100 yards away has had a car sitting alongside the road with no tags, no inspection sticker. Well, it's got a sticker, but expired 3 years ago. 3 flat tires, and they've never did anything to that. So I guess it's who you know. Depends on who in the town has complained about it. But anyway, I always thought that would be a good business to start. Maybe even put in a used storage place where you have the lockers that you can store things in. Do little things like that. Eventually put a paint booth in. So if you know how to paint, if you want to rent a paint booth for a day, reasonable rates. But I also thought about putting in 2 other bays. Let's see, where am I going for that way? So I need to make a turn here and make a turn here, but then just rent out a couple of bays to mechanics so they can have their own business in it and rent it to them really cheap, but have them part of having such cheap rent would be if somebody needed some help with something, some advice, not actually hands-on. They can come over and ask the mechanic for professional advice. I think that'd be pretty cool business. Actually looked into it once, trying to get a small business loan, and they're trying to get a grant, and that pretty much went nowhere. It was always something. We need this, or we're still processing, or could you resubmit it? We can't seem to find your paperwork. Maybe someday. One day I win the lottery, I'll start my business. And start another one too. I'd find me a couple of good people that are willing to go to the Motorcycle Mechanic Institute and get certified, and then start a repair business for motorcycles and small engines, snowmobiles, four-wheelers, side-by-sides. There's got a couple of places in my area that actually do that kind of work. They're dealers, and it is just outrageous what they charge, and they don't do the work. My brother bought a side-by-side. Had it about 6 months, and 2 things needed to be replaced on it. Took it to actually took it to the place where he bought it, and they had it for almost 7 months. They kept giving him a runaround, saying, oh well, we got to order these 2 parts, and one part came in, so we had another side-by-side that needed that part, so we put it on there. And then the other part came in, so we had to wait for the first part again. While we were waiting, some other vehicle needed that second part, so we're looking for the parts now, and we have to reorder them. And That's absolutely ridiculous. Let's start one of those, and if I told you it would be done on a certain date, it would be done on a certain date. If it was not, you would get a discount. But he finally got his side-by-side back. Lasted about a week. And then one of those parts that they put on broke. So he ended up selling it. Said it wasn't worth his time. So this is the road I've got to bring the containers down. I'm not so sure about this road in this vehicle. I think it might be too long. Let's get a better angle at this. Ooh. Taking a little bit of damage, not much, but a little bit. So that's a container. Do I get an option? Nope, I don't get an option for a manual load. I think I do need to turn it around. Easier to turn it around empty than loaded. Yeah, maybe I should have went down in the mud. But my stubbornness says I can do it. So sometimes you have to listen to your stubborn side. Sometimes it's right. Wrong one. That's the one I wanted. Okay, so it does fit. That is good. There is a tree up here on my left that I can use to get out of here to keep from tipping. And we're not going to do this one yet, because we have Vorondy and a step. They need to make their deliveries. Let's go ahead. Oh, there it is, super order. And we are going down to... Where are we going to? Did I lose it? Why is... Oh, super order. Duh. Okay. You gotta know what you're doing. Cement. That's the one we gotta track, and that's where we need to go. So I would love to be able to take it up through here. That is very, very steep. So I don't know about doing that. It might be better just take the road. It's longer. It's muddier. And it might be safer. So I'll just take the road, and when I get done with that, and I know I'm going to need to go down in here, then I can take these two trucks over if I need them to help the twin steer out. And this is not a great road, so I'm not going to get any great speed out of here, so I'm not worried about... Uh-oh. Let's detach. Go up a little bit. And reattach. I got it too close. And I don't want to damage the truck while I'm driving it. So as I said, I'm not going to get any great speed on this road anyway, so I'm not worried about towing and how they go slower when they're towed. But boy, do they go slower when they're towed. That's alright, I'm coming near the end. So this allows me to extend the gameplay out just a little bit. I did look up the update number 8, 8.0, and it seems like it is just a bunch of bug fixes. And I watched a couple of videos, people talking about it. And one person was talking about they were a little disappointed because they thought the 8.0 you would get, and it just totally, I had it in my brain right before I started talking about it, but you get that new Apache, and there's nothing in the patch notes that says anything about the Apache. And the 9.0, which will be the new maps, from my understanding, as of a few hours ago, has not been put on the test server. But it is due to go on the test server soon, I believe. Come on, guys, you're rushing trucks. Mud means nothing to a Russian truck. Unless you're a Russian scout. And I did find out the 2 trial maps. You don't get to pick your vehicle. She stalled out. I was hoping I caught it in time so it didn't release the winch. And I was wrong. But the 2 trial maps, first one you have to use the Chevy CK 1500. And on the other trial map, which seems like it's going to take a lot longer because you have to find... There just went the washing machine. But you have to find 3 vehicles on the map and 3 vehicles in that region and bring them to a location. And it does not show you where the vehicles are. And you have no map. So no map, you can't use the map, and if you hit the map button, nothing happens. You don't get a map. So that should be interesting. That one will take a little while, I do believe. But for that one, you use the loaf. Unfortunately, I don't get to use my loaf. I have to use their loaf. Which I don't know if it will be fully upgraded loaf or not. But we will find out in the coming videos. Climb the hill. Uh-oh. My phone went off. Which means I did not have it on silent. It is on silent now. Don't go in the water. Climb the hill. I love this Voron. It's probably my third favorite truck in the game. And yes, I'm gonna release that. I'll make sure I avoid that stump. Take the little shortcut here. And there's our delivery point. All nice and purty. Pull you around here and go get your brother. Watch out for the stump. The stump has gotten me so many times. I really paid attention to it and hit it. Even flipped me over once by hitting it. Alright, got that one down. So now we are left with, over here, cargo from the ship. And they need to be taken to the warehouse at Smithfield Dam. But which warehouse? There are two. So maybe I should take a look at that. And Smithfield Dam over here. Aha! So it's the furthest warehouse. I knew it wouldn't be that simple. I kind of hoped it was this warehouse. I assumed it was this warehouse. But no, it's the warehouse way down here. That is no problem. Alright, so let's get some support vehicles over here in case we need them. Get them nearby and we'll just flip-flop them a little bit. Get a little closer. Now don't be shy. It's a jingle. I don't watch TV very much at all. So I don't know if that jingle is still even used by the company. If you know what product that is, put it down in the comments. Get a little closer, don't be shy. I thought about going down through there, but it's just a longer way. Still going to the same place, but here. Yeah, let's take it this way. No, let's not. It's supposed to be fun. I want to do something fun. I want to see if these trucks can make it over there. I'll take you this way. And take the Voron the other way. Exchange trucks, make sure to shut it down. Yep. Come on now, you gotta climb better than that if you're gonna make it down this hill. Scared the cat. My buddy's laying between my legs. It's a little chilly today. And he's feeling it, so he wants to get someplace warm. There's my path. Let's see how you do. Scout vehicle cannot make it across here. Any of the American Scouts. I have not tried come across here in the Lodestar yet. But the Hummer won't make it across here. Chevy won't make it across here. And neither will the Scout 800. But you're a big boy. You can make it across there with no problem. And make a left. And I'd better boogie because I need to get that truck out of there and at least up to here before nightfall. So I've got this close enough now if I need it. And let's go over and get the twin steer and get it up out of here before it gets dark. Because again, a hardcore mode, which means I cannot advance time. Push on around there. Yeah, you won't push around that one. But I have a little room over here to my left. Ooh. So let's attach our winch. Wow, I thought that winch point was further back. Let's get a good sized tree here. Guess that one. Attach it there. Test my winch, yeah, nice and solid. Come on. I had it up there. Drop the winch off. Oh, that ain't good. But it's not too bad either, and I'm going over. Nothing I can do about it. Well, okay. So I can get the step up here. Of course I would take the wrong road here. Need to come back out and take that road and then go through here. So I can get the truck rolled over, that's no problem. Problem is, can this crane lift that container, or do I need to go get a heavy crane? I'm thinking I'm going to need a heavy crane. Or at least an American crane. And just in case I needed to do that, I left the Western Star still sitting over on Island Lake. Just in case. But I do believe I'm going to need a heavy crane. And let's try it to make sure. Even if this thing can pick it up, I don't know if it has the reach. Because when it's fully extended, it won't even pick up the steel. So I'm doubting that very much, whether or not it can pick that up and put it on the twin steer. But I now know that I need a truck over there that can serve as a winch point in case I start tipping. And these are good things to know. And I want this one instead of the Voron because the Voron actually sits a little bit higher. This one is lower to the ground, so it might be a little more stable. See if we can't get this thing backed up in there. Whoa, not so far. Yeah, I don't think I think I'm going to have a heavy crane. I don't even know if this will reach it. But let's give it a try. You never know until you try. And all I need to do is get it to... Nope. It's not going to do it. Maybe if I go up higher. Nope, not going to reach. Alright, so it appears that I'm going to have to get a heavy crane over here. And we'll restore everything. And I guess I will back you up. Oh, close function. Get you up here out of the way. And we'll go to our global list. And we'll see what we have. I think I know the crane I want to get. If I have that truck still here and I didn't do something else with it. But this seems like a job for the P12. Only thing I don't like about the P12 right now, I've got the mud tires on it. And the mud tires are 2 wheels per axle. And I like having 4 wheels per axle because it gives it a better, more stability. I know I brought you back. There you are. And I want the American crane because American crane is bigger, stronger. And so is this truck, and I can park this truck there so that the next container I get I can actually winch to it. So I'm going to have to take this all the way over to Drummond Island. And I will do all the driving over there off camera. So in the next episode, you will see me over there, sitting there, getting ready to pick up the container. So let me know what you think in the comments. How am I doing? What can I do to improve? What do you think about my hardcore mode? And I will see you in the next episode. So until then, have a good one.